Hello everyone, this is Professor Hitesh Matre, HOD Computer Engineering Department of Praveen Patil College of Diploma Engineering and Technology. Today we are going to learn about the practical number 14 of Database Management System. The practical number 14 is about PLSQL program using exception handling. Practical significance is the use of PLSQL exception block in the program and an appropriate action is taken against the error condition. Relevant program outcomes covered are basic knowledge, discipline knowledge, experiments and practice, engineering tools, and communication. Competency and practical skills. This practical will help in developing the following skills in students like writing and saving and executing PLSQL blocks. Relevant course outcomes covered here are writing a PLSQL code for a given database. Practical outcome covered here is write and compile, execute PLSQL programs using any RDBMS software. Write PLSQL programs using control structures. Then relative affective domain related outcomes are select proper programming environment for PLSQL, follow safety measures, and follow ethical practices. Minimum theoretical background required is about the exception handling, and we have learned about two different types of exception, that is system defined exception and a user defined exception. Regarding this, I have already have a video on this, so you can refer to this video before coming to this practical. Procedure: writing a program on a SQL command prompt, executing a program, and check the output. These are the resources required for the performing these experiments: the hardware specification, operating system, and software specification. Precautions: all SQL statement must end with a semicolon. White space used in SQL to describe the blanks and tabs. Follow safety practices. And the resources used for these experiments is mentioned here. Now this is the PLSQL code for using the predefined exceptions. So we can see here like employee ID, name, and department. So here using the type of same that is given to the column name in the employee table. We have already seen this in a cursor, but currently I am assigning up some value here like number 7 here. So three variables: EID, name, and department. Now begin. So I'm writing a select statement here, that is select ename department name into name and department variable from employee, where EMP number equal to EID. Means what I'm doing, I'm selecting the name and department name for an employee whose employee number is 7 into these variables, that is name and department, and just I want to display the name. So this is the simple PLSQL code, that is I am specifying the employee number, and based on employee number the name and department of that employee will be assigned to the variables in a PLSQL block. But there can be an exception like the particular ID may not be present. So what to do in that case? So we have your exception block that we were not using in any of the previous PLSQL code. So since we are using the system exception, that is system defined exception, so that is when no data found. So when no data found, that is when there is a no match for this particular employee ID, then DBMS output line, that is no such employee. So you will display that no such employee is present, that is for ID number 7. When others, so if there is any kind of any error, then you can display like there is an error. So simple program when you execute. So for this employee number 7, we have the name as Neha and department as an HR. Next we are using the same code, just what we have done here is changed to the 15. The ID is changed to 15 instead of 7. So just rest of the program is same, rest of the code is same. So just to check whether the exception is working or not, you can see a no such employees. Now we have already seen we have up to employee ID up to 11. So as I know it is 15 is not present. So for testing an exception, you can try out some like values that are not present in your table. So here it is giving me the exception, that is no such employees. Now coming to this exception, now here what I'm doing is user defined exception. So here what I'm doing, instead EID, now here I'm specifying as an ampersand ID, means I will accept the number of employee from the user. In previous both example, the number were directly specified. So here I want user to enter an ID. Rest, name and department is same. Here I am declaring an exception, that is invalid EMP ID exception. So this is the name of my exception. So it is specified by the type exception. So this is defined by user. This is not present in the SQL. This name is given by the user who is writing this program. So begin. So I'm writing the condition like if EID is less than equal to 0, means if it is not negative number, then raise the invalid EMP ID exception. Means if you are entering a negative number, then it should raise the invalid EMP ID as exception. Else select name, department name into the name and department from the employee. The same query that we have used in the previous, the name and department to be displayed. And if now exception, so when invalid EMP ID, so that is if you are entering a negative number for EMP ID, then you will get a message that is ID must be greater than 0. ID must be greater than 0. Next, no data found, that we have already seen in the previous example. Others we have already seen. So here I have to check three possibilities. First, that is I am entering a value that is 6. Now 6 number is already present. So name, Simran, department production has been displayed. So for employee ID number 6, there was no exception. Once again I am executing, trying for employee number 15. So no such employee. Positive number was there, but still no such employee. So considering the condition, so it does not satisfy the required specification, that is the employee, it is matching with the employee ID. So no such employee. And now trying for the negative, that is -1. So you can see here, once I have entered a -1, it's showing ID must be greater than 0. So it is testing all the exceptions that I have specified here. So these are some practical related questions that you can solve after going through the theoretical part and the practical part of the exception handling. Here's some exercise, some questions to write, and here are some of the code given. So from that we have to write the output. Here's another code for this, so you can write an output. So I think I have just solved the same type of question, so you can just refer to that. So if you have any doubt regarding the exception handling, these are my details. You can contact me here. Thank you.